Okay, hi Jihan, GG Michael, whatever you're calling yourself these days. I had to do a little video response to your nice guys finish last video because it was just way too much to type, and I've got way too much on my mind in regards to this topic. Now, what I would say is that the female equivalent of that statement, the statement "nice guys finish last," the statement that women say that's juxtaposed to that is, "Oh, always, all these guys are jerks. All men are jerks. I date these guys and they're just assholes, and I'm sick of dating assholes." Well, just as you said that, not necessarily every man who claims to be a nice guy isn't the nicest guy, I would say a lot of times when women say, "Oh, all I date are jerks," you have to kind of look within yourself. Listen, when you point one finger out, you point three fingers right back at you. So, maybe it's you, not you, John, specifically, but I'm just saying women in general. Maybe it's you who are picking these men who don't have specific values, and that's causing you to overlook some of these nice guys. Now, I'm going to use myself as an example, okay? I've had a job since I was 18 years old, alright? I always keep a job. I always work. I have a son that who is probably the most spoiled child on earth, in addition to having all of the clothes. He goes to jiu-jitsu. There are a lot of things that I pay for. He wanted an imported Japanese action figure that cost about $130 plus tax. I made it happen. I think that qualifies me as a nice guy. I don't call women out of their name. I'm not a cheater. I really try my best to treat people the way they want to be treated. I'm not the biggest Christian, but I believe in judge not lest ye be judged. So I'm not going to sit out here and judge one person for something that they do, but at the same time, I'm also not going to treat people the way I wouldn't want to be treated. So I'm not going to judge others, and I'm not going to treat people in a way that I wouldn't want to be treated. Now, what I will say is there have been a lot of quality females who I've tried to date and have turned me down for whatever reason. I don't think I'm socially inept. I don't think that I'm socially awkward. I think I'm an extrovert, if anything. I'm very communicative. I'm willing to talk about issues. I'm willing to talk about things that either bother a female who I'm dealing with or a female that I'm interested in. And this next piece of information is a little anecdotal, so your mileage may vary. But I have expressed interest in many a young female who didn't necessarily show interest in me. Said you're cute, admitted that they think that I'm a good-looking individual, that I'm nice, that that I treat them well, and then they end up dating drug dealers. There was one girl, she's a Facebook friend of mine, so I'm not going to call her out, but she dated me. She said, you're just not the right guy for me. Long story short, she ended up hiding a gun for a young gentleman, and she's in prison right now. Now, if she had chosen the nice guy, right, she'd be getting a nice Valentine's Day present right now. She wouldn't be anywhere near jail. So I don't say this to shit on women. Don't get me wrong. Women are wonderful. I love pussy. I'm a huge fan of pussy, okay? I'm also a fan of what's attached to pussy. The woman, the whole package. But I think that there's a bit of a balance that was lost in your initial video. It almost seems like there are all these nice guys that are just like, "I'm a nice guy. You should date me, and if you don't date me, you're a bitch." No. I see nice guy like the way Chris Rock said, taking care of your kids. Like, what do you want, a cookie? You're supposed to take care of your kids. And when I mentioned taking care of my son earlier, I wasn't asking for any special consideration. I wasn't saying like, oh, that just because I do that, I deserve Father of the Year. No, I have a son. He needs me. He needs my care and attention and time. So he gets that. But what I will say is that there are some women, and I have a point here, there are some women who are attracted to men who are not necessarily as positive as in every aspect of their life. I know, and just taking myself out of the equation, I know men with master's degrees. I know men who, work on Wall Street. If you want to talk about the financial aspect, if you want to talk about, money and materialistic things. I know men, if you're religious, I know men who tithe to their churches. I know men who give to the poor. I know a guy who dedicates every one of his Saturdays to soup kitchens. And these guys are single. They're out there. They exist. So there's just two sides to every coin. I feel like I'm rambling a little bit, but I just felt like, they're nice guys. They're nice guys, but a lot of times, and men do this too. Men do this too a lot. So don't get me mixed up. But a lot of times, women will look for specific features in a man that physically attract them or give them that spark without getting to know a man and letting that spark grow, right? When I first got together with my wife, right? I mean, she was bad as shit. She had nice big titties and a nice big ass. But we didn't have like that certain spark. You know what I mean? We were just dating, right? After after a few months of dating, you know what? The spark built. We started to find common ground. We realized we both like to watch MSNBC. We would watch the news together. We would talk about current events. And it grew over time. And I think that a lot of times, women and men, won't take the time that it takes to get to know someone to let that spark grow. Okay? If there's a black hole in space, right? Black holes, they start out at a certain size. And as they acquire mass, they grow larger and larger and larger and larger. The spark is the same thing. Okay? Sometimes the spark may start out small, but if you nurture that spark, right? If you give that fire some kindling, if you allow it to burn, if you allow it to expand, you can have a raging fire that burns in your loins hotter than anything on earth. So I just had to give that little video response. Peace, love, and chicken grease. And I hope you got a little bit of a chuckle out of the fact that I'm sitting here at 11:40 at night and felt the need to respond to your little video diatribe. And yeah, I'm still annoyed that I didn't get to take you to dinner when you came to Jersey. I see how it is. Nah, it's cool.